today we're going to do only 2 sets, but there's a catch, or there's a challenge. In each exercise, just like last time, we're going to have 2 rounds, so 2 rounds per exercise. The challenge is to be able to do both rounds with only a 10-second break in between. You can rest between 2 different exercises, but during the 2 rounds, only rest for 10 seconds and then continue. Let's start with a bit of warm-up. So just trying to warm up the core. So we start with the feet up. Then lift up head and shoulders and the arms into that position. Just hold it for a bit. And then we begin to pump up and down. So we aren't working out just yet. Just trying to warm up and wake up the core. Okay, bring the legs to one side. Trying to keep the shoulder flat on the ground. Then the other side. And switch. And switch back. There you go, just trying to keep the shoulders on the ground, on the mat, that is. We're going to go to a special kind of warm-up where we go through the movements that we're going to do today. So the first one is a jackknife. So it's warming up, but this is now specific warm-up, warming up exactly what we're going to be using today. Alright, then we come onto the side. Make sure your hip is on top of the other hip, so you're not slanting either forward or back. So I'm going to try and lift the arms and the legs at the same time, and the upper body. Yep. So you get that nice oblique crunch. Oblique are the side muscles. So you have the abs at the front, and then you have the obliques on the sides. Now let's come back onto the back. Now we're going to do a type of fold. So the hands are behind the head, legs are lifted. Objective is to try and get the knees to the elbow and then shooting them back out. Like so. And out. Knees to elbow and out. Knees to elbow and out. There you go. You can choose to keep your head off the mat the entire time, or you can always bring it back to the mat in case you want to rest it. Okay, now we're going to switch side. For me, I'm going to rotate on the mat. Otherwise, I'd have been facing the other side. I just like to face the camera the entire time. Alright, lying on the arm, making sure your hip is aligned. So one on top of the other. And then lift arm, legs and upper body at once. There's a tendency to use your arm that is on the ground to lift yourself up, so try to avoid that. What's most important is that your leg comes up, your arm comes up, and your upper body also comes up without the help of the arm on the mat. We are now ready to begin. So remember, the challenge is to do both rounds of the exercise after a 10-second break. That's the main reason why we're doing 2 sets today, and also to help you have a easy end of the week. Alright, jackknives, let's go. So 15 pairs. So remember, you can always count them as right, left, 1, or you can count them individually. So right is 1, left is 2, right is 3, left is 4. Try and see if you can also lift your upper body slightly off the ground. You can always choose to do this with your head completely on the mat. But this is just a small challenge. See if you can add that ab crunch. What's important is to lift your arms and legs. They don't have to meet. They do not have to meet. Mine are not meeting. And that was intentional, just to also let you know that you do not have to tap your shin or your ankle or wherever. What's most important is that technique is there. So we're going to rest for 10 seconds. Alright, let's go again. $15 pairs. You can count for yourself. Good stuff. You can now decide to take a break before we go to our next exercise. But even if you take a break, let it be less than a minute. Maximum break is a minute. Otherwise, if you're ready, we can move on to the second exercise, which was lifting the leg and the arm and the meet halfway. Now it's an interesting meet me halfway sort of deal. Alright, and up we go. 15 repetitions. 4, 5, 6. Alright, rest for 10 seconds. Yep, you'll feel a burn on the top of your leg as you're lying on the side of your leg. Alright, let's move on to the third exercise, which I was calling the fold. The one whose objective is to try and get your knees to your elbows and then extending the legs outwards. So to protect your back, you can lift the legs straight up. If you have no problem with your back, then you can angle them closer towards the mat. And here we go. Ready, position, and go. You can always bring your head to the mat, or you can decide to keep it up. I decided to keep mine up. So 15 repetitions. I'm angling my feet towards the mat. If that is painful for your lower back, you can shoot them straight up instead of angling them closer to the mat. So straight up. We rest for 10 seconds. Amazing. Okay, we're gonna move on to the last exercise of this first set. I'm going to turn around so that I am still facing the camera. You can also choose to either turn around or face the other side. Alright, getting into position as you are also recovering from the last exercise that you've just done. And here we go. Four, 5, 15 repetitions. Alright, let's rest for 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. 15 repetitions, plus 3, 4. You can always count for yourself. That is 6. And that marks the end of set 1. We're going to move over now to set 2. I'll give you some bit of time to rest and recover because we're going to uphold the challenge where we rest for only 10 seconds in between rounds. Starting off set 2, we have the jackknives and we have 15 pairs of the jackknives. Alright, that one is done. So we're going to roll over to the side now for the side workout. Yeah, just a bit of humor there. You can choose to rest for a minimum, well, a maximum of 1 minute, no longer than 1 minute. Otherwise, if you're ready, then we can get started. So 15 repetitions. Good stuff. Alright, now rest for 10 seconds. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 2 down, 2 more to go to finish off this set and today's workout. So you can choose to rest for a maximum of 1 minute, and then you can move on to the fold. Alright, getting into the ready position and go. So try and get your knees as close to your elbows as possible. Alright, we rest for 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So trying to get the elbows to the knees. Brilliant. Okay, so we only have one more workout left to finish off this set and to finish off today's session. Alright, get ready, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, keep going. Alright, and rest for 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. 2, 3, keep going, keep going. Let's get to 15 and then we are done. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, just take the time to rest and recover. Think about your life. Just take a minute, just do what feels good. The class is finished. You can choose to stay there for about 2-3 minutes. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. And let me know if you are able to do the 10-second breaks. Otherwise, I wish you a great week. Bye.